Okay, so hi everyone. In this experiment, we are gonna measure permeability of a rock sample, of a cylindrical rock sample. So permeability is basically the ability of any liquid to flow through the rock samples. So if we are injecting liquid from this end and we collect the liquid from the other end, and we measure the permeability of the sample. This is called permeameter. This measures the permeability of the sample. So to start with, this is our core holder. We are gonna tilt it, put our rock sample inside, put this part inside, and then put a filler in, probably a smaller one. And then put this cap on. Okay, and make sure that this doesn't move. Okay. So once we have this on, the next part is to set up the confining pressure for this. So confining pressure is basically, we have the rock inside this and we want the flow of our gas to be from entering from this end, exiting from this end. So what we do is we confine this with air, with pressure of air. So whatever gas is flowing is gonna flow through here and come out through here and not come out through the sides. Okay, so for applying the confining pressure, we have this valve on the right of the instrument, which is at vacuum. We put that to pressure, and then this valve, the confining regulator valve, we put it to on, and then start to increase the pressure, and you will see the pressure increasing in this readout or gauge. So we are gonna put about 300 psi of confining pressure. So remember, the confining gas is air, whereas our flowing gas is helium or nitrogen, I mean. Okay, so that's our confining pressure. Now we need to read the values in each of these windows. So the low flow value for us, the zero value is minus 1.4. Then the low delta P value is 0.01. The high flow value in the third column is minus 54, and the delta P high value is 0. Okay, so this is the zero reading in our data sheet, which is basically the error in the instrument. So we have to account this error when we measure the data. So if the error is negative, we need to add that to the data. If the error is positive, we need to subtract that from the data. That's basically what this is for. Now what we do is we connect the longer piece of the tubing here to the top of our core holder, and which goes to the inlet. And then we connect the shorter tubing to the bottom. And then I'll get some. We have to immerse this in a water full of beaker. So what we are doing here, we are just testing the flow and seeing and checking if everything works fine. Once we have this, we slowly increase the pore pressure, or first put the pore pressure on and then increase the pore pressure slowly. Yeah, start. Okay, and then we keep on increasing the pore pressure. Until we start seeing bubbles in this water, and which means everything, our setup is working fine. At this point I'm gonna take this out and then connect it to the instrument in the outlet. Okay. Now once we have connected this can be our first reading. Now the way we take this reading is kind of tricky. So we see these values in each of the screens. We have two flow rate values. One is low flow, high flow, and then we have two delta P values, low delta P, high delta P. Now for our purposes, for our equation, we only need one flow rate and one delta P. So now if we look at this screen, the value is 102.2 and the range given for the instrument is 2 to 50. So if the value falls in this range, we note down this value. If not, the other flow rate value is gonna fall in that range. So the value here is 96 and the range given is 50 to 900. So 96 does fall in this range. So in the data sheet, we note down high flow value, data 1, as 96. And now we look at the delta P values. So the delta P on this screen is 13.53. On this screen is 16.6. So 13.5 is definitely greater or does not fall in this range from 0.5 to 12. So we do not take this value. We check this screen, it's 16.8, which does fall in this range. So we note down the high delta P, 16.8. Now what we have to do is increase the pore pressure a little bit and then check out take the readings in the same way. Whichever reading falls between the range on the instruments, we note that down. We do not note the other readings down for second data and third data. So you can play with the pore pressure and try to get different values for the second and third reading. After that, for the permeability equation in your lab, we have this equation here where Kg is your permeability, mu g is the viscosity of the gas flowing, which is nitrogen, This is your flow rate. PB is the pressure or atmospheric pressure, which is 1 atmosphere. Length of the core, temperature, cross sectional area of the core. Now this is tricky. So P1 is your delta P. So this and the P1 is the delta P that you are noting it down here, which is that. And P2 is again the outlet pressure, which in this case is our atmosphere, so it's again 1 atmosphere. And yeah, you can solve this equation and get your permeability value. And that's it for this lab.